Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing possibly a piece of history. Michi. Rotel decades ago created a no-holds-barred sub-brand that they called Michi, a classic series coveted still to this day as far as some of its classic hi-fi pieces. They've reintroduced the brand for their ultra high-end products. The P5, which we're looking at today, is one of them. This is a monstrous preamp to complement their stereo power amps and set of mono blocks. This thing is huge. Physically, the box, it's heavy. It weighs 28 kilos in its packaging. It's beautifully boxed. It's beautifully presented. So let's have a look. Firstly, as we spin it around, you'll see that it has model and serial number information on two ends, basic information about how to open it on one. Now, I have an advantage that I've had a little bit of preliminary fun opening this. So, despite the information saying that I should open it at both ends, I'm going to open it. Look at the size of this box. I'm peering over the top. I'm going to open it just one end. Because if you are opening this at home by yourself, it's a little bit more interesting to try and push it through. We're going to use gravity this time. Now, the tape that we have is very high quality packing tape. It's got fabric through it, and so it's difficult for it to kind of let go and give me this product. But once you have that flap, it's really straightforward to take the next step, which is, let's do this and use gravity to get the box off. Now, with any packaging that's really well sealed, you do want to put a bit of a hole in it to allow a bit of air, and perhaps giving yourself the opportunity to slide it out with ease. So that brown freight box now reveals a little bit more subtle internal box. This is now white. Again, emulation of a few things, but this time they've added carry handles and other things like that to ensure that if you are lifting it around, you've got the opportunity to deal with that easily. Opening this again is relatively straightforward. Because it is that fabric tape, you want to spend a little bit more time just making sure that everything is trimmed. Now, this box lifts off the top, so it's about cutting all the way around the edges at this point and giving yourself a nice free and clear access to it. So once you've cut along here, just check that everything seems to be free, no snags. Retrim if you need to, I guess. And then rock the box and get rid of the lid. Now, like classic Rotel, they have a single little branding thing inside. So their green Rotel logo, of course, now has been replaced by this black and white Michi logo. There's no connection guide like you might see with Rotel, because it's a far more comprehensive brochure and other things inside. Looking at the next layer, there's a couple of things. We've got a preamp packing list and all of the information, along with a signed welcome card from Peter, one of the CEO of Rotel. You've got some accessories. Now, they're beautifully presented. I mean, it's sort of like a gift box. Sliding it open reveals some of the things that they've included for you. The first is a New Zealand power cord. Now, this is a 3-pin with an earth. Some basic but pretty good interconnects. A USB cable. Now, this is, of course, just like a printer cable. USB A to B for the onboard asynchronous DAC. And a network cable. Now, this model doesn't have streaming capabilities on board, but it does have network control, hence the cable. Okay. Off to this side is an additional accessory pack. Now this is where Michi's remote control lives. Now this is a beautiful piece of kit. It includes not only the remote control, which is beautifully elegant, heavyweight, yet doesn't feel too heavy in the hand. It's an extruded metal remote control with the batteries accessible via a hex screw at the base. They have in the accessories, they have not one but two of the hex Allen keys, allowing you to access that remote control for the purposes of putting in the batteries. There is a USB dongle with Michi. I would assume that will eventually be used for software updating. I hope there's some free music on here, but let's not hold our breath. And there is, of course, some AAA batteries. Okay. Looking at the next layer, it's about understanding that there is beautifully manufactured closed cell foam to protect this product. And you have an option at this point of sliding the unit off the packaging. And getting rid of that box. Now the preamp itself is protected again by a beautiful soft cloth bag. There's the foam. And we'll pause for a moment as I slide this around and have a look at the magnificent, massive feet that this unit has. Good rubber feet, designed of course to ensure that we have the best solid foundation for this product in your equipment rack. Sliding this bag off, it's noting that it's sort of that velveteen finish. And looking at this product for the first time, even at a glance, you see how beautifully well engineered this product is. Tipping it forward, you get to see the look that they have added, along with their signature heat sinks. It's very deep, it's beautifully built, there's not a fit or finish out of place. Looking at the front, it's relatively muted, and this is part of the reason this product, you know, from a design element, this is exactly what they're going for. They want simple and elegant. The display can be changed and amended via the remote control, and if required, any number of operations changed via either the rotary encoders at the front or the remote control. So looking at it, we have two front rotary encoders. Input selection and volume. Although, again, in their menu settings, these provide the ability to access any number of different features and functions, including turning off unused inputs, allocating names and other things to those used inputs, and even changing things for theatre direct modes and other options along those lines. The front display is protected by this thick plastic cover. And if you've watched any of my other unboxing videos, you know just how much I enjoy removing some of these protective screens. So looking at it, we've got the Michi logo, and we've got beneath it, directly in the center, the main power button. A very simple contact close switch. Again, rocking it forward, let's have a look at the top. Beautiful, beautiful finish, and its heat sinks. Looking at the side, it's relatively muted in its design, part of it's aluminium. And then at the back, some of the magic is revealed. Firstly, as I tip it forward, we'll see a myriad of different inputs and outputs. As you would expect from any number of high-end pieces, this has a multitude of features that you can tap into. The first, and one I want to highlight, is a completely separate chassis associated with the digital to analog side of things. You can see it in its design, how these sit inside an extruded aluminium panel. We've got over to this side 3 optical digital inputs, 3 coaxial digital inputs, and digital outputs beside them. We've got the RJ45 or network socket for control, the USB for asynchronous playback of even high resolution files like DSD. We've got control options here of IR and relay in and out, and then a 5-volt rear USB. Now this is for the purposes of powering perhaps an external device of some kind, or for software updating. We've got RS-232 for external two-way control, and a Bluetooth receiver. Your boring parts, IEC input and power switch. Even that, beautiful quality. Looking across the top of it, and please hang around for some close-ups. This piece of engineering is well worthy of hanging around to see some of the photos that I will take. We have two balanced inputs, beautiful in their quality, followed by a phono input. The ground for the phono input is off to one side and obvious in its location to ensure that it gets good positive contact with the earth of the chassis. It's got a single-ended input marked CD, and then a couple of others marked tuner, auxiliary 1 and auxiliary 2. It has a traditional line output, subwoofer output, both of which are mono, and two RCA pre-outs. Along with those two RCA or single-ended outputs, we have the balanced outputs, all clearly marked, balanced 1 and 2, and left and right. So, there we have potentially another piece of hi-fi history. Rotel's new MICHI preamp, the P5, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.